Are you in a relationship, no strings attached, or just friends? If you struggle with relationship anxiety, fear of rejection, or the fear of abandonment, you may be setting yourself up for failure by not being clear about your intentions and what your heart truly desires in the dating process.
Welcome to the MoodMe channel. MoodMe is a new app that allows couples to share their moods, emotions, and desires. MoodMe. There's a mood for that.
Hi there, Moodlings. I'm Dr. Nicole Unan, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of MoodMe and a specialist in mindfulness and emotional intelligence. At the beginning of the dating process, it is important to get clarity on what it is you actually want from another person. Mistakes are made when there is ambiguity or indecisiveness and can impact your ability to feel safe, to open up, or lead to pain and confusion when silent expectations are not met. Do you have the courage to ask for what you need from the other person, or do you tend to go with the flow and allow the other person to lead? By the end of this video, you should be able to have clarity around which type of connection best suits you right now, so you can be super clear when following your urge to get close and comfy to another lover. Now we're gonna get to the bottom of this question. Would you rather a relationship, no strings attached, or just friends? So let's talk about the differences between the three categories. When you get the innate desire to be close to another person, would your ideal outcome be just friends, which equals an emotional connection plus time and energy and absolutely no physical intimacy? Option B, no strings attached, which focuses mainly on the physical connection only. Option C, a relationship or relationship territory, which means that you have an emotional connection, a physical connection, and you spend a lot of time and energy towards this person. Before you choose, let's dive deeper into each category so we can feel out which best fits your needs right now. So let's take a look at the just friends category. Are you in search of an emotional connection only? Well, finding a friend to share an emotional bond with is an amazing thing. In fact, it's been researched that friendship plays a significant role in increasing overall health and well-being. It lowers depression and blood pressure, and those with rich social lives live a much longer and happier life. If you have good friends in your life, when a love interest does come along, you will have a more balanced support system. Instead of leaning too hard on the significant other, you'll be less likely to search for intimacy in the wrong places because you already have a great support network in your life. If you find yourself being physically attracted to your friend, watch out, because an emotional connection plus a physical connection plus time and energy is leaning more towards relationship territory. Would you like a physical connection only or no strings attached? For no strings attached, I do have some questions for you to help you gain clarity over this decision. So, like I said before, no strings attached means that you only have a physical connection with your chosen person. Wham, bam, and done. There's absolutely no emotional connection or feelings towards this person. If you're someone who bonds deeply towards other people, likes to spend time with them, get cute texts, go deeper, this isn't the connection for you. If you think that you'll be able to do no strings attached successfully, please take some time and consider and answer these questions. Brown chicken, brown cow. How many times can you have sex with another person before you catch feelings? Depending on the person, it could be directly after the first time, or if you're able to compartmentalize sex and keep sex away from your emotions, you might not ever catch feelings at all. Which leads me to my next question. Are you able to separate sex and emotion? Can you keep sex in a neat little box and keep them away from your emotions? This is the biggest deal when going for no strings attached. Are you aware of the energy transference during sex? When we are physically intimate with others, there is an energy exchange that happens, and sex happens to be one of the largest energy exchanges that two people can do with each other. If you're aware of the energy transference, are you okay with exchanging energy with another person that you may not know so well? Can you minimize the time you spend seeing, thinking, talking, and texting to this person? Time dictates the relationship. Therefore, with no strings attached, time spent thinking, talking, and being with each other should be extremely limited. After you've done the deed, are you able to leave everything behind and resume focus on yourself? If you find yourself pining after a no strings attached lover, it's a clear indication that you might be leaning towards creating an attachment of some kind. Are you okay with sharing this person with others? Due to it being no strings attached, your lover is also going to be able to be with other people. And is this something that you'd be okay with? And lastly, are you willing to roll the dice and gamble a little bit? When people engage in no strings attached relationship, it's a little bit of a gamble because they don't really know if they're going to catch feelings after they do it regularly. That's why it's important to know if you can separate sex and emotions and the number of times you can have sex with one person before your emotional boundaries start to dissolve. And now for relationship territory. Before we go any further, I want to clarify what I mean by relationship territory. I've seen many hide behind, we don't have a title. I think some get scared to label the relationship, which is fine and logical. The issue here is that when it comes to relationships, we are dealing with emotions, not logic. Your heart doesn't care about a title. If it's emotionally attached to another person, if you are having regular sex with this person, if you're spending a lot of time texting and calling and thinking about this person, it is my belief that you are in relationship territory. Time and energy dictate the relationship, not ambiguity around what you are labeling the relationship. It's in this particular indecisiveness and ambiguity that I see a lot of people get hurt when they don't ask for what they need out of fear of abandonment or fear of rejection. So, long story short, you may not have a title up here, but I guarantee you, your heart has a title in here. Just remember that emotional connection plus a physical connection plus time and energy spent equals relationship territory. So if you are in this ambiguous situation, it's best to think about what you want outside of the other person and be honest with yourself about your desires. If it doesn't match with what the other person wants or thinks that the relationship is at, then at least you have your answer. You're not on the same page and you can manage your expectations and make new plans for your heart. So, are you ready to be in a relationship? Well, if no strings attached is a gamble, I believe being in a relationship and taking a chance at love is like jumping out of an airplane, except for you can't see where you're gonna land. It's like jumping into the unknown, a complete leap of faith. Now, before you jump, I want to ask you a few questions to make sure we know why you're motivated to take that leap. Are you in a place in your life where you're emotionally available? And do you feel you can open your heart and allow another person in? If yes, that's great. If no, then developing that emotional connection, having frequent sex and spending a lot of time with somebody can be a little misleading to the person that you are involved with. Are you willing to put in the work on yourself and help support your partner? After the emotional attachment is created, it's going to take time and work to maintain its health. That means communication and commitment to laying down our egos and understanding each other's feelings. Are you motivated to be in a new relationship because you're ultimately hiding from yourself? Are you afraid to be alone? Have you taken the time to work on yourself and how you can improve outside of having another person to depend on? Have you been able to successfully form your identity before deciding you want to be in a relationship where it's very possible that if you don't have your own identity, you may lose yourself completely? Are you mature enough to treat your partner with respect and kindness? And are you aware enough of yourself and your emotions and your own darkness and how it can possibly impact the relationship and another person? As adults, I believe it is our responsibility to take relationships seriously, as people's hearts are at risk. Severing a deep emotional attachment is super painful, and it takes quite a bit of personal power and mental effort. That being said, sometimes a relationship in love, it chooses us. And there's no stopping that when it's meant by the universe and pursued by destiny. But at least taking these questions into consideration will give us a greater awareness of self and whether or not we're willing to commit to the leap of faith that we call love. So there you have it. 3 different ways to fulfill your urge to get close to another. Which one do you feel best fits you right now? No strings attached, just friends, or a relationship? Leave your answers in the comment below. And that's it for today. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe.